Hello again. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So, you saw the title. I'm just gonna jump straight into this one. I'm just gonna jump straight into this one. So, you might be confused on why this is something that, if you're the kind of person that I'm targeting, you're confused on why this is so important and why I'm honing this point further even more. And if you're part of the other people that are like, well, this is common knowledge, why are you telling me this? I'm gonna go through both. I used to be rebellious in the typical sense that I didn't see my parents as like more caretakers or, you know, like guardians or any of that. I just saw them as my providers. So, as soon as I see something to take advantage of, I took advantage of it. My parents have always kind of been pushovers. But this soft spot of theirs was never really that bad or disadvantageous for them until the fourth sibling was born. My last sister. I, being a kid with dopamine in mind, used this to my advantage and got a phone, less and less restrictions, and eventually unmonitored internet access, all that stuff, which led to a porn addiction, constant gaming, and probably a gaming addiction at that, tons of junk food, which only served to make me more irritable. In fact, I was so irritable that I got in frequent arguments with them about cleaning, doing work, pretty much everything I didn't want to do that didn't like immediately serve me, like gaming and porn seemed to. But as I've grown through this journey, I have changed a lot. And I no longer chase dopamine, so I no longer have a need to take advantage of the more pushover side. Not only that, but I've also grown some morals as well. After changing, things got way better for my mental health. Not only because acting like that was all immature, and the fact that I was, changing off of the unhealthy stuff that I was used to take advantage of for that specifically, but also because they kept their word. Parents always have this kind of statement. I don't know if this is super common, but I feel like it is. It's respect us first and we'll respect you back. Like respect your parents and they'll respect you. I always thought that this was supposed to be like a more one-sided thing. I was gonna say, why'd you open the door if you're not coming out yet?
Bye, Gooby.
Bye. I lost my train of thought. They always used to say that, respect us and we'll respect you. But I always thought it should come my way first because I was like, see, don't believe me. Because I was just that kind of person. Now, all of this wasn't an overnight change, of course. Only after a mindset shift, which would take months, did I start to actually do all the stuff that I'm preaching right now. And soon, it was pretty immediate how clear they started to treat me differently. Rather than just being a kid, in their eyes, I finally was like, an example towards the other three. They point to me whenever they talk about someone's misbehavior and say things like, Aiden does all the dishes, why can't you clean? Not the best way to go about that, but still it compliments me more, and the others are still growing from my pointed out example. So, why is all this seemingly so magical in the way that it works? Sorry if I'm sweating, by the way. It's very humid outside. It's in the temperate regions of the Midwest. So it's that dirty. So why is all this the case? Well, I've realized now by putting myself in their shoes, yes, I'm using this analogy, by putting myself in their shoes, I was able to understand that what truly mattered to them was not the obedience, was not like the unrelenting, complete loyalty, but the respect. The respect that came from me and them was an immediate shift because they're human. They respect who respects them. And so, when I did start respecting them, they started treating me way nicer. Because I realized that I would do the same. Just take a minute to imagine yourself in their shoes. Maybe not as them particularly, but just as a parent yourself. Imagine how gut-wrenchingly awful it would feel to have your own kid screaming and arguing with you like every day. Just no matter what, they wouldn't listen to a thing you said, even if it was best for them. Regardless of what it was, if they didn't feel like it was the thing that they wanted, they argued against it. Now imagine yourself as a parent who actually had a kid that did stuff that they were supposed to, that did the things that you asked of them without pointless arguments about stuff like chores. Imagine if your kid was a good kid. Chore that takes less than an hour, they just did it without screaming, complaining, crying, or doing anything stupid or immature. Because at the end of that, everyone's happy. The chore gets done, so the kid gets to rest, and you also get to relax because now there's not a dirty living room or kitchen or whatever. And your parents are happy because you're a good kid. And you're happy because a fight or argument never broke out, which never had to tank on your mental health. Plus, you got the satisfaction of doing your job. So it's a win on all sides. But this fucking wasp won't go away. Yeah, they're making a new nest over by the door frame. There's multiple nests on this porch, and now we have to get another one taken down. I'm probably just gonna take it down in my spare time whenever I open the door and there happens to be no wasps on it. It's annoying as hell. But it doesn't matter how bad I'm gonna be looking away for a lot of this now. It doesn't matter how bad your parents or how bad you think your parents are. None of this assumes that you have amazing parents. If you pull all this stuff in the first place, the chances are that your parents aren't even that good. They're definitely not great, but they're still your parents. Excluding the absolute extreme, like parents that physically hit and punch you when they become drunk or something, I guarantee that your parents love you regardless of how good they really are as people. Or teachers. And as I said earlier, mine are pushovers. And as terrible as they are at putting in effort, there's my reminder to record this, they still love me. And they might be terrible at raising their kids. They might be awful at trying to just go outside with them here and there and telling them to figure it out. But that doesn't change how much better life got after I still respected them, so I still won out anyway. They still started giving me respect as soon as I gave it to them. All they ever wanted was a show of carefulness and love. That's all they ever wanted. Ever. They don't like being subpar parents that don't do much outside of provide, but that's just how they are due to many reasons. Like the way that they grew up, their diet and activities outside of work completely draining their brain capacity. All of this stuff. Being a promising kid, though, makes their day. It's all it takes for your family life to skyrocket and improvement. Just be respectful. Just be a nice human being. Just be nice. That's all that's required of you. And I'm gonna take this inside real quick. Just be nice. That's all they ever ask for. Like 9 times out of 10. If you don't mind, I'm gonna use you to take this nest down. It's really always been as simple as that. I just wish I discovered this sooner, so that's why I'm recording this video now. So that if you are from a situation that's like mine, you can learn a lot earlier about this. So that your family life gets better pretty soon. It's just unfortunate how long it took me to realize this. Because it took me way too long. So, a little bit of a synopsis. Respect your parents. Regardless of what you think of them or anything, respect them. It's terrible lighting. Respect them, because there's no reason not to. Because you went out and they went out. Everybody gets a win just based off of the fact that you have a mutual respect for each other. There is no reason not to, from my point of view now. It's also just the nicest thing to do. Like, be a better person. Be the better person. Not only will you be, 3 steps higher in your life, just given that you don't hate your parents, you will also be way better off. So yeah, just be nice. A new video of the forest will come out here later. It'll be a very chill episode. I'm just gonna spend like an hour or so recording it now. I don't remember how long I said I was gonna spend on it, but I'll spend a while editing it. I've already recorded it. I don't know why I said that. I've already recorded it. I'm just gonna edit it. I'm gonna upload it whenever my PlayStation can actually do that, because the uploading system on an old PS4 that's running off of terrible internet seems to be very whack. So it'll probably fail uploading a couple times before it actually does its job. But either way, just carry this life lesson with you. This took me way too long to figure out, and life just immediately got better. It was always that simple. Just keep up with my chores and just don't disrespect them. It's really way simpler than I thought it ever was. Because I thought they wanted unrelenting obedience and loyalty. All they wanted was for me to do my job. And for me to just not be a terrible person. Which isn't that hard. So, take that. This will go in my self-improvement videos. So, I'll finally update that playlist. Finally.